Ravi, pants, exit pants. Exit pants subject. Okay. So in the last on Saturday, we started normalization. Okay, no, and some the definitions we discuss here. What is normalization and where we want to use. Okay, and why normalizations are required here. Okay, and what is the purpose of normalizations? And without normalizations, okay, whatever the table we have here, that is what we called a denormalization table. So when your table was there in the denormalization, okay, what kind of problems we faced here? So that we discussed like data redundancy, inconsistency, memory wasted, insertion, updation, and deletion problems are there. Okay, and what is the solution for that here? Okay, now so when the denormalization table split into or decompose, okay, into multiple tables, so then we divide like this: branch table is separated and student table is separated. Okay, and your branch and student. So after divided it or separately, we saved your data or information. Then I should make some relationships in between these two tables. Okay, so for that purpose, we are using primary key and foreign key. And of course, all of you know what is primary key, what is foreign key, and foreign key nature. What is the nature of foreign key? It was allowed duplicate values and null values. Okay, so that is based on that relationship. Okay, so we are making some relations in between the table. So whenever you want to store your information separately, that means branches, student. So if you store separately, individually, then what is the advantage to the programmers when they are working in real time? So first thing is redundancy problems maximum we are going to be avoided. That is the first thing. Okay, and once redundancy is not there, definitely inconsistency problem also impossible. And of course memory reduces, that means duplicates are reduces, automatically memory also reduce. And it was very flexible to the programmer to perform insert, update, and delete operations, because previously I started explaining to you, when you inserted, data redundancy will increase. When you updated, data inconsistency problem is occurred. When you deleted, one data deleted means the corresponding data also deleted. So these kind of problems we face today, okay, in denormalization table. But normalization, these are the advantages. And finally, we came as the types of normalization forms. So up to here, we discuss on Saturday, okay. And now today we will go for, so one by one, we will discuss what is what. And don't write a complete document I will share you. Just focus on the points. So, so we said normalization at which level we want to use here. Designing phases, we are going to be using this normalization techniques. Okay, na? So how the people and each technique, what it was tell. Okay, na? What it was showing us. Okay, and what it was telling us. Okay, so that we will be check it out. Okay, so come to first normal form. Okay, suppose your table, if you want to say this is normalized table. So whenever your table, you want to say it is a normalized table, then first normalization conditions must be followed. Okay, so whatever the tables, we are saying that branch details and student details. If you see this, what we called here, these are normalization table. But how can you say these are the normalization table? So normalization table, how you want to tell us? Okay, now, so there is some conditions are there, some restrictions are there. So if all the conditions, if your tables are satisfied, these two tables are satisfied, your first normalization rules, then I can say this is a normalization table, first normal form. Okay, now, so what kind of rules are there in the first normal? Okay, now we can come out and see. In this only a document with example, I will explain to you. Okay, now, but focus it here because see, this much document, if you want to take a notes means it will take 1 week of time. Okay, now that is the reason I'm not giving notes directly. I'm sending this document to you. If notes explanation means almost 10 days normalization only completed. Okay, now. So that is the reason every point with example I will explain to you. Just observe, and having any queries or doubts are there after class, come and ask me. Okay, now, right. So now you can see normalization. I already said to you. Normalization is a technique of organizing the data into multiple tables. Okay, na? So whenever you want to save the data in multiple tables, if that kind of mechanism is called as what now? Normalization. And problems, okay, without normalization, I already explained to you. And the insertion problem, what it was, updation, okay, na? Deletion problems, I already explained here, and you can go to take this notes. Okay, na? Then how normalization will be solved, this all problem. This is also I was explained to you. Okay, na? So student table separately created, branch table separately created. Okay, and they come out here types of normal forms. And first normal form, what it was tell us in this. Okay, now see, for a table to be in the first normal form, it should follow the following four rules are there. Okay, first rule is what now? Each column should contain atomic value. Here atomic means what now? Single value. Okay, now, so every column in your table, how many columns you prepared here, into that every column, every row cell should contain only one value. For example, you can see this is my two columns are there here. Okay, now these are the two columns. In two columns, carefully observe. Okay, so these are the two columns here. And if you see, this is one row. Okay, and this is another row, and this is another row. Okay, these are the table. So first norm, that means first condition, what it was tell us, each column should contain atomic value. Atomic means what I said here, single. So now column one, you can see now each and every column, okay, and each and every column row cell is having one value. So this column is satisfied for your first condition. Like each and every column, the people must be check. Okay, suppose you have 100 columns you need to check. Is there any multiple values are there or not? Okay, so now, so here first column, okay, satisfied as per my condition. Come to second one, column number 2. In column number 2, your third row, fourth row satisfied, but first and the second row is not satisfied. Got it my point now? So x comma y, w comma x. And can you remember in the last concept only there, user defined data types. User defined data types main purpose is what now? Storing multiple value. That's what I'm saying here, x comma y. That is called user defined data types. So, but I said user defined data types are 99% is we are not using under SQL. Okay, in SQL language or in SQL mechanisms, we cannot use. We can use, but maximum we are not using. Why, sir? I said there is some reason behind that. Okay, the reason is here. Suppose if you accepted this, it's okay, it will be allowed. It is a user-defined data type column is allowed multiple values. But as per normalization rule, what it was tell us, your column should not have a multiple column. Sorry, multiple values. Understand? Na? So as per rule, your table should not contain in a column each row cell, more than one should not be there. But user defined data types, what it was telling us, more than one value storing purpose. The concept is more than one value allowing purpose. But here what it was telling, more than one should not allow. Understand? Na? So that means are you allowed means the table is not comes under normalization table. Understand or not? So that is the reason we should avoid this and don't keep here, okay, multiple values in a column of a row cell. That's why can you see in our every example for yesterday on Saturday examples also you can see B code, B name, HOD, office. How many values in each row cell? Only single values are there. Can you observe? Yes or no? So that means the first condition is satisfied. Satisfied? Yes. Even though in the last sessions, whatever we have some demo tables also you can see. Okay. Now, any table you can see in your database, what we have your EMP table. Okay. Can you tell me in EMP table, is there any column is there? It was having multiple values? No, each and every column is having single value. So this is normalized table. I can easily identify. I can say this is a normalized table. Same as one more table also there. Okay. So from DEPT, this is also called a normalized table because every value is a single. But remember this EMP DEPT tables, it's not our creation. These are default tables, which was given by Oracle Corporation people. So here also careful see, employee data storing into one separate table, departments data storing into another separate. So why not these two tables data is in one table? It is not like that. Yes or no? It was separated. EMP separated, DEPT separated. After separation, can you find out one common column is there? Department number, department number. So this is primary key. This is a foreign key. So same thing in Saturday also I was explained. See, branch details separately saved, student data separately saved. One referenced column will be maintained in this. One reference column is a primary key. One reference column is a foreign key. So this is what it was. Okay, now? Right. So this is the first rule, guys. Should not have a multiple values. If it is there, you need to remove. Understand? Na? Don't insert that. Okay. So now, so don't insert that means what you want to do? Your column should be designed with the predefined data type. Because predefined data types are not allowed. Yes or no? So definitely you have to apply predefined data type. Then you cannot save like this. Okay. Because predefined data type will accept only single value. That is one case. Second rule, what it was tell us. A column should contain values that are the same data type. Okay. So now, whatever the columns are there here, carefully observe. So these are the two columns here. And three rows are there. Okay, now? Right. Actually, name column is which data type? Varchar2. Date of birth, data type. Okay, now? So what it was saying here, a column should contain values that are same data type value. So now we can say varchar2, Sai, okay na? Yes, Jones, okay na? Yes, but this is what? Date format. Date format should not be maintained under varchar data type. So this kind of things are not a normalized. Okay. Next year, what happened? Date of birth, okay. Date of birth, okay. But in date of birth, data type, can I store string? No, this is wrong the way. Okay, it is a wrong. So you did not go like this. The data type related information only you can save. If you're giving one data type, but there is a unrelated data. If you maintain that, okay, that is not comes under normalization table. Okay, now, so this is also very importantly check out. Okay, that is the reason. Can you see in our example tables, any table you can see, is there any mismatching of data? No. Here number means only numbers only there. String only, string only, higher date, dates only. But it is not like that it will be mismatching. Yes or no? So then this kind of, that means this table is also supporting normalization for your second rule. Third rule, what it was saying is, all the columns in a table should have a unique names. That means, can you see here three columns are there here? Okay, now in three columns, okay, normalization table in our relational databases, okay, any two columns should not have a same name. Okay, any two columns should not have a same name. Understand now? If you, even though you try to create like this, you try to design like this, it doesn't allowed. So every column is a unique. Unique means different names. But your problem is what now? Name column, same name for first column and second column, both are having same name. But what it was telling us, it should not be like that. So that's why, can you see in our database, each and every column, can you find out here, is there any duplicate column is there? No, not at all. So every column is a unique. So that is also satisfied. Next, come back to here. The fourth one, the order in which data is stored, that was not a matter. Okay, now, so what is order? The data are you stored, not a matter. That means, can you see in this table, my first column, you can see roll number. Can you identify roll number? So can you see the roll number here? Can you see the roll number column? What it was there in the roll number? 1243. So generally what it was, we are thinking that my data should be in the sequence order. But your data should be in the sequence order. That is not a condition. That's not a mandatory. Okay, na? It's optional. What it was telling us, whatever you can store the data, but as per the data type, data should be stored. But the storing values, it's not necessary to have any order. Okay, you can store 1234, or else 2134, or 4312, like any manner you can save. But it's not like restriction, I should be saved in that manner only. That kind of restrictions are not there. So that is the reason. Here, can you see in your table? Okay, for example, your name column is there here. In name column, do you have any order? No. Order means what now? First A character, next B character, next C character. Do you have any order in this column? No, but still it is a normalized table. Same as job, same as MGR numbers. Okay. And same as your salaries. Salaries also having any order? No. But still it is supporting normalized. So normalized third rule, what it was telling us, data can be stored based on the data types. But the data is not like should be there in the sequence or systematic. It's not neglect, not like that. So you can go to save any order, any value, you can keep it. But still it is also allowed into your normalization concept. Okay, now, right? So that is what. So total, these are the four rules are there. And now see, yesterday we designed the Saturday we designed the two tables. Now tell me, all four conditions satisfied? Huh? Satisfied now? Yes. So can I say these are normalized tables? Yes, we can say happily it is a normalization table, because these tables are first normalization rules are satisfied. Okay, so that's why whenever you want to creating your tables also, every table is called as a normalized format only we are creating. Okay, na? This is first rules of first normal form rules. Clear all of you? Mm. Next, come to this explanation I was given. Okay. whatever now explained, that all are in a theory wise I'm giving now. You can check once this document I will share you. Second, come out here. Second normalization form. So my tables, once it was satisfied first normalization form, then immediately those people moving into second normal form technique. In second normal form technique, database designers, okay, these complete patterns are doing by designers. So your database architects or designers, what next level they are checking in the table, okay, now what they want to check. So first normal form, okay, satisfied. Then I'm moving into second technique. In second technique, what it was tell us, okay, and what kind of problem we have to face, and if that problem is there in the table, then how to solve. That is called a second normal form. So second normal form, observe. For a table to be in the second normal form, suppose your table should be in the second normal form, again two conditions are there. First condition, what it was saying, your table should be in a first normal. First normal means four conditions, so that should be satisfied, compulsory. Then it will moving into second. In second normalization, your real-time people, what they will check in your table means that they will check in your table, there should not be partially dependency columns. What they're checking, partially dependency columns are checking. That means after first normalization was satisfied, the table moving into second level, that's called a second normal form. In second normal form, what the people will check it out, is there any column is there in the table which will be partially dependency columns. Suppose that kind of columns you didn't identify, then happy, I can move into third normal form. But suppose in case, okay, that partially dependency column is find out by our bad luck, one or more than one partially dependency column is found. If you found that, okay, then how I can overcome? That is telling by what? Second. Because second, what it was saying, that there should not be partially dependency. Okay, now this is a new technique. Now you have to understand, before you want to identify this column is a partially dependency column or not, before you want to know that, first of all we should know what is dependencies. Understand na? Let me see. Dependency is nothing but, careful observe, in a table, if non-key columns, careful observe, each and every point, careful observe. Non-key columns means what now? Non-primary key columns. Got it my point now? So non-primary key columns are depends on, non-primary key columns are depends on a primary key column. That's called a key column, is called as what now? Fully dependency, or else a functional dependency we called. Interview asking, what is functional dependency? So now what do you say? Non-key columns, that means non-primary key columns, when it was depending on one primary key column, then it is called a functional dependencies. What it means, sir? Here observe. A, B, C, D. Carefully, clear now? A, B, C, D. In this, what I'm doing here, I'm applying primary key on one of my column. Which column I applied? There are four columns, for example. Okay, na? So primary key I was applied on which column? A column. Okay. So primary key are you applied A column. That means on which column you applied. This column is called as what now? Key column. Okay, na? This is key column. So remaining B comma C comma D. These are non-primary key columns. And can you remember, in constants we discuss, every table should contain only one primary. Can you remember? Hmm. So BCD non-primary case. So what it was telling us, suppose in this BCD, these are the non-key columns we called. If these all non-key columns are, if it will be depends on a primary key column, then this kind of columns will be there in the table. Then it is called a fully dependency table. So that means in my table, there is no partially dependency columns. All are having fully dependency columns. So fully dependency columns are there. Then I don't want to do anything. I just forward to third normal form. I need forward. But suppose if it is there, then I want to overcome that problem. Okay. So now here observe A, B, C. So B, C, D, non-primary key, A is a primary key. This kind of situation is called as a dependencies, fully dependency. What is now? Key column. Okay, now the remaining branch name address, these are called as a non-primary key columns or non-key columns. Now I'm asking one question. Suppose I don't want to use a student ID. I'm using name wise. Based on name wise, can I get exactly my required person? Is it possible? For example, a company. Just imagine company. What you wanted, suppose you need to meet your friend. Your friend ID number, you don't know, employee ID number. But your friend name is, you know that. Your friend is working in which department, you know that. In which company, you know that. Okay, na address, mobile number, everything you know that. But except the employee ID number. Now you can go to company to meet your friend at your visiting times. So the person is going to be asking to the receipt station, somebody is there now, they will ask, I want to meet my friend Mr. Smith. Suppose you say like this. What the person, the receptionist, what's she or he, sir, if you telling name means it's we can't find out your friend, because in my company on the name of Mr. Smith, there are 20 members are working. Is it possible? Not possible. Same name is possible now? Okay, possible. So 20 members are having on the name of Smith. Who you want it exactly, tell me, sir. Your receptionist asking to you. This guy was telling that, okay, madam, madam, my friend is working in Java. He was telling. Okay. Then this person telling that, checking, sir, in Java, there are 5 people are there on the name of Smith. Okay, now total in my company, 20 people. In particular department, 5 is there. Then again, confusion. Again, he's saying, sir, not possible, sir. You have to give some clarity. He was telling, sir, my friend is coming from so and so, Madhapur, madam. Madhapur people, again, 3 people are there. Who you wanted. So this is lot of time. Yes or no? If you do unnecessary things you ask, na, they will not respond. Okay. But without knowing anything, you know only ID number. Can you find your friend? Yes or no? That's why I'm giving one suggestion to girls. What is the suggestion? When you marry someone in IT sector or any department, okay, you don't ask anything about that boy, okay, na, the person. You ask them only one thing. Where are you working? The working company name, location, okay, and especially ID number. Company ID number is enough. Okay, na? You don't ask anything. Okay, how much salary you're getting, what are you getting? No need. You want it, this person is a genuine or not? Is a correct person or not? Only the thing is, take company name, working location, ID. If these things you know, na, this person entire biography will come to you. In the biography, you know na, how much package, salary, what is his designation, how many years of experience he was. Every information you will get it with only ID. Understand? Na? By your safety, I'm telling. Because nowadays so many people, Sudhakar L720P. One movie is there in Telugu. So he was in working in America. So he was working fast food center something. Bar. He was working in bar. Cinema good following. Working in a boy. But what his mother and father telling it village? My son is a software engineer. But bad luck nowadays. One more problem is what now? Parents we can't say anything because of their love and affection on their childrens. That those people also that who's that the girl, oh they're thinking, oh my, oh software engineer, uh, they're telling to daughter, hey, software engineer in America, what a life, you can accept this, they're some forcing because they don't know, because that is not a wrong with parents, but you are educated now. Girl is educated now. Girl is also a BTech, MCA, MTech, having that. But girls, okay, parents are telling, okay, good, I want to see that boy. But what I'm telling here, when he was come and see you, don't ask anything, but ask a working location, company ID. Enough. So he was Sudhakar L720P or else IT, exactly pure IT person. Okay, na? But nowadays, girls also, mummy, dad, bol diya, okay, mummy, daddy, I will go. Don't do like this. This is your life. Yes or no? What exactly inquiry, that is called inquiry something, that's a good, because that is not a wrong, because see, once it was happening now, you can't do anything. And after that, oh my god, my husband is not IT industry, not a software mummy, daddy, kuch nahi hoga, no use after this. Understand na? Before only you are all are educated, you know what is what, you know the nowadays jobs how it was. Yes or no? Everything inquiry, slowly check it out, and everything you feel okay, good. Yes, if I marry to him, yes, my life will be okay, and later I don't want to depend on my parents. Yes, I can. Then you have to decide and go. So yes, somebody coming, he was 25 lakhs package. This guy 25 lakhs. They understand. Saturday, Sunday, shopping mall. Oh, my husband is good. Money is not important. First, what is exactly, check it out. Automatically, if you're a good person, money is important to you? Not important, because he was not a fraud. He is not going to be, uh, he was not expecting anything from you, your parents. Okay. Whatever his hard work, how much he was earning, in that earning, they will see you happily, then you're happy or not. That is what, okay, now? So that I'm telling. So this concept is what now? Student ID. Suppose I don't know about name and branch and address, I don't know, but I know only ID number. So can you tell me? I don't know anything about this. I know only ID. With the help of ID, the remaining columns data, can I fetch? Fetch now? Yes. It means what you understand? This name, this branch, this address. These are all are linked with the ID. That's why nowadays you can see PAN card, Aadhaar card, linkings are there. Yes or no? So if I know your PAN card now, then your entire information I can see. Your employment also I can see. What is your employment? What is your salary? How much income tax are you paying to government? Everything I can see. If you know, if I know your PAN card number, like Aadhaar card, I can see your entire data. Yes or no? Your 10th class information also I can see with Aadhaar card. Because of reason, these all are linked together. Okay, with your IDs. So how, that's why you can see in government anywhere they are asking what now your identity proof. They're not asking what is your name, you where are you staying, you are Indian or not in, none of this. They are asking what now your ID. Yes sir, if any applications you can apply your Aadhaar card, your PAN number, they're asking. Because once they know that, your entire information I can catch it. So that means our complete details are linked with the ID number. So that means in this, which is a key? Which is a key? ID is your key. From there, I can get a remaining all are. So when your table was like this, then this is called as what? No, fully dependency table. So that means in this, there is a no partially dependency column. Understand my point now? Oh. When we are not identified or we are not found any partially dependency columns in this table, then I don't want to apply any normalization technique. I just carry forward this. Understand na? I don't want to do. This is fully dependency. Clear na? But my question is what now? Partially dependency. What is this? Okay, now we can see. Partially dependency means what now? In a table, non-key column depends on the part of key column. Non-key column depends on the part of key column. That means here observe. A comma, B comma, C comma, D. These are your columns. How many columns? 4. On these 4 columns, now these 2, okay, these 2 columns, I was applied what now? Primary key. Can I apply? No. Table level. Table level is what? A constant can apply on multiple columns. Now primary key I was applied on how many columns? 2 columns. The type of keys are called as what? Composite primary keys. Once go and check it out in your notes. Okay na? So one primary key, here only one primary key is there. One primary key we applied on how many columns? 2 columns. You can apply like 3 columns, 5 columns also. The type of constants are called a composite constants. Can you remember na? So now this is what? So A comma B both are primary key columns. Okay. C comma D non-primary key columns. Okay na? Then what happened? C comma D are non-key column. That means non-primary key. Then D depends on B but not A. C depends on B but not A. D depends on A but not B. C depends on A but not B. In this case, any one is happening. Okay na? Then it is called a partially dependencies are there in this table. Okay na? Simple example. Fully dependency, partially dependency means, partially means complete. No, incomplete. So half of this something. Suppose some children are there. Those children, when they have mother and father, then it is called a fully dependency children's. In some families, the children are having only father, no mother. Otherwise, only mother, no father. If anyone is not there and the children was depending on any one only, that is called a partially dependency. Now, concept clear na? Fully means the children are having mother, father. Partial means any one person only. Okay na? Concept will be clear. So now we are also okay, sir. Now it was a definition of partially. Example you can see. This is one of my table. We designed score table. Suppose assume how to identify. Student ID, these are the total 4 columns in my table. These are the 4 columns in my table. Okay, na? So in this 4 columns, can you see student ID, subject ID on these 2 columns? I applied what now? Composite primary key applied. That means these 2 columns are primary key columns. Okay, na? Primary key columns. Now here 2 non-key columns are there. Marks and teacher. Now observe. Marks column, first I have to check. Is it a fully dependency column or partially column? I want to check. How to check? If this column is depends on both of them, student ID, subject ID, then this column is called as a fully dependency column. Otherwise, functional dependency we call. Check it out. Tell me, marks is depends on both of them or any one? Both of them? Definitely. So marks, if I need to get marks means subject is required and student want to write a examination. So student, subject, both are required here. That means marks column is depends on student ID, subject, because the student will get this marks after writing your examination on particular subject. So subjects wise, we are obtaining marks. That marks is belongs to some student. Okay. So that means marks column partially dependencies are fully dependency. Fully dependency. I don't bother about that. Next we come to which column is there? Teacher. Now tell me, teacher is depending on both of them or any one? Which one? Subject. So teacher will always depends on subject. A student is not a need. How, sir? Means, for example, simple logic. Suppose your batch is there. Maybe after 15 days, your batch is completed. Your batch is completed means you are living. Yes or no? So you are living in the same timing, one more new batches come. Again, new students, new interaction, everything. But your faculty, whatever I'm teaching, this subject is same, yes or no? So that means who is the permanent? Subject is a permanent to teacher, not a students. Because students up to how much time they will stay here? Up to their course is completed. Once completed, they want to leave. Yes or no? You can't stick with a lifelong teacher now. It's not possible. So certain time period we are spending there, after we are leaving. So, but this guy was, you are leaving and somebody is coming. But this guy was lifelong stick with the Oracle only, Java only, .NET only. Yes or no? So here, it means the teacher is depends on subject. Understand? Na? So it means, can I say this is which type of column? Partially dependency column. Okay. Now, finally, we found one partially dependency column. So after finding this column, what I want to do, sir? Next means, what it was saying here, to avoid this problem, what I want to do, to avoid this problem, which column, as per your requirement, which column is a partially dependency column is, you find out, that column you need to separate. Understand? Na? Separate and keep that column into another table. Keep that column into another table, and whatever the remaining 3 columns are there, na? So these are keep into another table. Okay. So now this table name you can give some student related or score table it is. This is some information about faculty or subject related or teacher related, some name you have to assign. So what after assigning here, up to here, this is one table, but after finding my partially dependency column, to remove that, because that column is there in this table is not comes under second normal form. Second normal form, when it was come, when my table is not having any partially dependency columns. If it is there, then this is not comes under normalization table. That's what I want to do. Remove. Remove means here not delete. I want to separate this column teacher also. I want it, but I want to keep in separate table. Point understand na? Remove means not remove. It is a separate. So that separation purpose, what I'm doing here, I'm creating one more table. Okay, the table is something is created here, and this remaining part that is moving into another table. So here what it was happen, this entire the table, what I did, divide or splitting or decomposing I did. So splitting, decomposing, dividing, these are all are same meanings. So this table now I want to split into two tables. The split into two tables is called as what now? Normalization. That is called a data storing into multiple tables. So based on this normalization technique, the people, what they will do, separating their data. Student data separated, marks data separated, teacher data separated. So now, okay, that means how many tables form? Two tables. Let me come. The two tables, how to form. One table is what now? Subject. Subject ID, subject name, teacher. Separate like kept. Remaining student ID, subject ID, marks. Now tell me, in this table, now after removing teacher, in this table, do you have any partial column? Have any partial column? No. Okay. Can you come out your subject table? Okay. In this subject, if I'm keeping here primary key, now tell me, is there any partial column? No, because subject name teacher is depending on subject ID. So it is also fully dependency columns. There is no partial here also. Check it out carefully. Is there any partial? No. Teacher, subject, subject ID. These all belongs to one only. Okay, now? So now this is fully dependency now. Okay, and this is fully dependency now. Then what happened? These two tables are comes under normalization. Okay, so these two tables, now check it out. First normalization satisfied? Four conditions satisfied? This table satisfied? Yes. Second condition, what it was telling, no partial dependency, no partial dependency. So that means finally, whatever the second normalization form is asking to us, these two things are satisfied? Yes or no? Yes. So first condition satisfied, second condition is also satisfied. So that means this tables now second normalization also jump. That means full-fledged completed. Now this is second. Come to next one is called as what now? Third normal form. This is somewhat confusion, but try to understand. Somewhat complicated also. Understand. Again, my table. First satisfied, second okay, what it was we identified. So both are okay. Now the next level, what I want to check, third normalization technique, I want to check it out. Third normalization form, what it was telling us. Okay, na? For a table to be in the third normal form, again, two conditions need to satisfy. Then only your table is called as a third normalization table. What is the first one? Should be in second normal. Second normal means no partially dependency column. Okay, now that should be, check it out first. So along with that, what is the second condition? Should not have transitive dependencies. So your new technique is came. What is the new technique? Transitive dependency. Understand now? So these two now I have to check in my table whether there or not there. If it is there, I can overcome that. Okay. But before that, second normalization already we know how to check, how to find out, and how to overcome. But your new thing is what? Transitive. Now let me see what is a transitive dependency. This is also important question for your interview. Okay, na? So transitive dependency means, first definition carefully observe, then practically example we can see. Okay, right. In a table, if non-key column, non-key means non-primary key column, depends on another non-key column, that means another non-primary key, then both, that means a non-primary key column depending on another non-primary key, the type of columns are called as a transitive. Understand? Transitive columns we called. Okay, sir. Let me come. A comma, B comma, C comma, D. This is definition now. Example I'm explaining here. Okay, na? So there are total 4 columns. In these 4 columns, composite primary key I was applied on A and B. So these I don't wanted this. So primary key means I just leave it. Remaining what now? C comma D is called as a non-primary case. Now here the point is DC is depending on A or B or that's none of the matter. I don't want to check that. My checking is what now? CD, these are non-primary keys. Is there any dependencies are there or not? Check it out. Understand na? So that is what I'm telling. C comma D are non-key columns. Then if D depends on C but not A and B. Because why but not A and B? Because A and B what primary keys. But transitive means what now? Non-primary key dependency I want to check. Not primary key dependency. I want to check where? Non-primary key. So that's why here non-primary key, what it is left? C only left. So D depends on C. Then it is called a non-primary key depending on another non-primary key. If that kind of column is there, that's called a transitive dependency column. Now let me see one table. Carefully observe, guys. Here a little bit confusion is there, but try to understand. This is my table, example table. We are designing, creating like this with some columns. Okay, na? How many columns in this table? Total 5 columns I designed. Okay. Out of 5, student ID, subject ID, both are primary key columns. That is called a composite primary keys. Okay, sir. I just leave that. Remaining non-primary key columns, how many are there? 3 was there. Carefully observe. Marks column is a non-primary key. But this non-primary key column is depending on primary key column, both of them. So this is called a fully dependency column. I just leave that. Remaining 2 columns, what now? Examination name, total marks. So now here observe carefully. So total marks is a non-primary key. Examination name column is also non-primary key. Marks is also non-primary key. Now that means my chance will be in this 3 only. First 2, leave it because those are primary key. Suppose a total marks I want to take. Total marks, okay, total marks, non-primary key column. It's a depending on examination name or marks obtained. Carefully check. Your 10th class, +2, +1, okay, your BTech, check it out. How you get total marks? Total marks, your obtained marks. Same meaning, huh? Obtained marks, total marks. Is it the same or have some different? Difference, huh? Okay, now tell me. Total marks is a non-primary key. Depends on examination name non-primary key or obtained marks non-primary key. Okay, I'm asking. For example, one student is there, a 10th class student or something. If I'm asking 10th class student, in your 10th class, what is your total marks? I'm asking. Your total 10th class total marks. Then what you were saying? He's obtained marks telling or total marks telling? Total marks. Total marks how much? For example, 600. Sir, my 10th class total marks is 600. Out of 600, I was obtained 525 marks or something. What is 525 and 600? Both are same, huh? No, no. What do you say? Obtained marks how much? 525. Total marks? Difference is there, huh? Or both are same, huh? Both are same, huh? Actually. Same, huh? Both are? No, no? Both are same. Go to interview. Out of 600, 600, sir. Both are different, na? Obtain means what now? When we attending examination, in examination, how much score you obtained, that is your obtained marks. Total means what? All over your examinations, how many you written, each subject, how many marks, that all together is called as a total. Understand, na? So now tell me, which one is dependency? Total marks is depends on your obtained marks, your examinations. Examinations, not marks. Total marks depends on examinations. Because I don't know about the north side, but in Telugu states 10th class, not now I'm asking, maybe 5 to 6 years back. In 10th class in Telugu states, 10th class subjects are only 6. 6 but the student is writing how many examinations? 11 examinations writing. Present is not there, I think so. Present only 6, huh? Oh, sorry, you are 1984, na? In your days, you written how many examinations for 10th class? In North people? 5, CBSA? 5 or 6, na? Okay. I think CBS, they are having 5 only, central CBS students. Okay, right. So, here observed. So, one 10th class student, he was going to be, subjects are having only 6 only. But he was writing examinations 11. That means mathematics paper 1, paper 2. So, paper 1 marks, paper 2 marks, total 100. In 100, how much you get, that is your uptime. Understand, na? Your score, that is. Okay, na? So that means here 600 total marks. But the 600 total marks, including how many examinations? 11 examinations. So that means here your total marks, how can you calculate it? Means your number of examinations, number of papers. Suppose you are BTech student. In BTech, semesters are there from the 2-1, 2-2 side. So in semesters also same, what it was having. How many subjects, for example? 6 or 5. Can you return for a subject? Some subjects are having theory, practical. Yes or no? Your practical, theory, both are there now? Yes. Some subjects are only theory, not practical. Some subjects are having internal, external. Both are there. So your total marks, how do they obtained? This both combination or only one combination? Both combination, they will give it your obtained marks. Internal, how much you gain? External, how much you gain? Total pass mark. Same, huh? Or any 1984, any changes are there? No changes, huh? When my education, it was like that, but your education, I don't know, because you are 1984, na? Same, huh? Same pattern, huh? So that means one subject is having two types of examinations: practical, theory. The theory 75, practical 25, then total they will give 100. Same as nowadays, you can go to some competitive examinations are there. Banking sectors, some civils, yes or no? They also conducting two examinations. Can you see? Preliminary, mains. Preliminary score, main score, both combination, merit they will take. Finally, merit will come to you. So here, how many examinations? Two examination combination, they will give a merit. Yes or no? So that means finally in this all, what you understand here, total marks is a non-primary key and examination also non-primary key. So this depends on examination names. So that means what now? Total marks is called as a transitive dependency column. On which column it was depend? Examination name. Understand, na? So that means these are transitive dependency columns, sir, you identified. When you identify this transitive dependency, what I want to do? I need to separate. That means separate, decompose. How I'm decomposing here, carefully observe. See, in compose, score table as it is I kept, but in this I have a 3 columns I kept here as usual. Remaining 2 transitive dependency columns, whatever we identified, that was separated into another table, examination name and total marks. But in between the relation purpose, I'm taking what now? Common column examination ID. Based on this table or based on this column, it was having relation. Okay, na? So foreign key, primary key. So now here observe carefully. Keep it like this. Now tell me, in this score table, do you have any transitive dependencies? No. I have a marks, but this is a fully dependency. But there is no transitive dependency columns here or here or here, because this is a relational column. Okay, so I can't consider this. This 3 column considers. Do you have any transitive? No, there is no transitive, because of what? These 2 tables are what? Primary key table, primary key columns. This is non-primary key, but this non-primary key is depending in what? Subject and student. So that means it is a fully means what now? Father, mother. Now, for example, this is mother, this is a father. This mark is a child. He was depending on both, na? It's a fully or partial, yeah? Fully depends. So, and there is a no transitive. That means this score table satisfied third normalization. Okay. Come to next table. What is the next table? Examination table. In examination table, you can take now separate table. Here, what is this? Primary key. Now tell me, it is called as a key column. Key column means examination name, total marks, non-primary keys. But tell me, these non-primary keys now in this table depends on what? Key column. Depends on what? Key column. That means it is called as what? Fully or partially? It is also fully dependency. First example, student ID. Yes or no? So here also all columns are fully dependency. Here also fully dependency. That means these 2 tables satisfied second normal form. Yes or no? Yes. Next one is what now? There is a no transitive dependency. there is a no transitive dependency, then satisfied third normal form. Yes. So third normal form, what it was telling? Your table first, second normalization form should be satisfied. Then after, those tables should not contain transitive. So now these two tables are satisfied. So whatever the two conditions we said here, now third normal, what it was telling? For a table to be in the third normal form, there should two conditions. First condition, it should be in second normal. So both are in second normal, satisfied. And it should not have transitive. So should not have transitive. So both conditions are satisfied now. Then it is satisfied what now? What we called a third normalization technique also satisfied. So that means here what we concluded here means every normalization form having one problem, that problem solution. Understand now? So these are the people will be checking which level at the time of a client project basis when they want to designing their diagrams. In the diagrams, in the designing phases, each and every table will be created like this. And one table, that's why so many people, they're thinking what now in my classes, I'm creating one table. As per our practicing purpose, some tables created and some tables created, and on that we are working. But in real time, you're thinking that, oh, sir, table this much easy. That means here what we are doing, create a table name, columns. That's it. But tell me, we are any normalization checking? No, just we are just created one table. We are doing some concepts, examples. That's it. But in real time, when you go, it's not happen like this. One table they want to design and develop. One table they want to design. First, they're checking. Suppose this is one table is there. They want to design one table. They want to design one table. Okay, now this is one table they want to design. For the designing level, first they're designing one table. After designing, this table will be in this table, they will be checking. What is they will checking? First normalization, first they are checking. This table, first normalization supported or not, first checking. Okay, sir, satisfied. Now, okay, first normalization checking. Then after what they will check? Second normal form they're checking. Suppose in the second normal form, in your table, they identified a partially dependency column, for example. Then what they will do? This table, what they will do? They will be splitting into splitting into some more tables here. Okay, they splitted for to overcome of partially dependencies. Okay, now they're splitting into these two tables. Okay. After this table, again they're checking first normal. Again checking second normal. Again in this table also, again the second normalization problem is there, still not completed. Again this table again split. Same as this table also checking first normal, satisfied. Next checking second normal. Okay. Both are satisfied. Two conditions satisfy after, they will check what now? Third normal form they're checking. Now in the A table, they're checking third normal form. Third normal form means transitive dependency columns are checking. So now transitive dependency column is not there, for example, in this table. Okay, now? So first, second, third, satisfied. Next one table, B table is checking. Suppose in this table, they identified transitive dependencies. Then what they will do? Again, this table splitting into how many again? Again, 2. So that means this table again, how many tables forming here? 2 more tables forming. Yes. So after that, what happened? This table again checking. First normal, satisfied. Second normal, satisfied. Third normal, satisfied. This table is also checking. First normal, satisfied. Second satisfied. Third satisfied. My question, careful observe. Over. 1, 2, 3 satisfied. Up to here we discuss satisfied. Now, tell me, in this project, how many tables finalized? That means how many tables I'm creating now, finally. How many tables I'm creating finally in this project? One, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not like the concept. What you understand, I'm testing now. How many tables finalized now? How many? 3 tables. This is this one, this one. Understand na? This is final. That means first normal, second normal, third normal. After this, finally, what it was come to me, that is called a finalization. And that how many came in the project finalization table, those tables are sending to developers. That means that the designing copy sending to developer. Developers, what they will do, how many tables created? 3 tables created. But initially, I'm starting with the one table, but on the table, I'm checking first normal, second normal. First normal after second normal, 2. Again, 2 checking, 3. Like in real time, they will be designing like that. Sometimes what happened, as per client requirement basis table, and the table you want to checking. Sometimes 20 tables come finally, 50 tables come finally. Okay, na? This is up to 1, 2, 3. Next one. Next, what is the next? BCNF. Again, I'm checking BCNF. Careful observe. So what I'm checking here, this is also checked now. Suppose this table, first 3 satisfied. Now BCNF I want to apply. BCNF I'm applying on this and this and this. I'm applying. After applying this BCNF on this finalizing 3 tables now, what happened you can see. Okay, the next one. So after 3 tables, next one more technique, BCNF checking. First checking a table. As per BCNF, what happening here, this table will be splitting again 2. Because BCNF satisfaction purpose, we need to design 2. This is one more table and this is one more they design. Okay, now? And this is checking. BCNF base, this is also splitting into 2. This is also having problem, BCNF problem. This is also splitting into 2. Now tell me, finalize the tables. Total 6 tables now I want to design. So after B first enough, second enough, third enough, BCNF. This 4 normalization techniques checking after, finally it was came. How many tables it was came? Totally 6 tables came. Now 6. So 6 I want. Next, 4th enough. Next, 5th enough. So after checking this all, finally assume there had 25 tables came. That means now tell me, in this project, how many tables I want to create? How many tables? 25 tables I want to create. And those 25 tables creating, after creating level, they will sending to testing. In testing level, primary key, foreign key, okay na, not okay na, they are all checking. Then finally submitted to clients. So this much process will be there in a real time, actually. But here in our classes, what happened? We are just normally created. But normally you can't create a table in real time. One table are you creating means first normal, second normal, third normal, BCNF. These are the 4 important conditions. These 4 conditions, when your table is satisfied, na, then only the table will be finalized by project lead or team leads. Okay, now in this designing analysis level, the designers and architects, they will be analyzing each and every normalization technique, and finally how many tables was came, those table will be finalizing by people. Got it? Huh? This is in real time, it was going to be happen. Now up to we discuss 3NF. Okay. Now next the important one is the BCNF. This is also a little bit confusion. So now we are not going to that. So what I'm doing, this complete documentation I'm sharing to you before coming to tomorrow class. First BCNF. Okay. So first three you already know, but BCNF, once you read yourself, okay, I'm sending this main document. Once you read this BCNF normalization technique, what is what and what you understand, okay, tomorrow on my explanation, you will understand what is what. Okay, now? And every example, okay, every technique example I was given below. Examples also, if your theory is not understanding, immediately go to example. The below table example also I was given. Table example, theory, both are read and come to tomorrow class. Okay, then what you understanding or what is your doubt, after my clarification, you will be clear it that. Okay. So the main entire notes I'm sending to you. Okay. Then after this concept, after we are entering to what now? PLSQL part. Okay, now? Right, guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we will meet. Okay.
Data type insufficient privileges. User defined data types creating time insufficient privilege.
Same as okay. Grant create type. Okay. To use
type. After reinstalling, sir, I am getting this. That's the error. And these are details.
एक काम कर अभी अभी क्लास है तेरे को 11 o'clock नहीं है ना
नहीं
हाँ वो रिलायंस फ्रेश मालूम है ना रिलायंस फ्रेश लैब में चला जाओ उसको दिखा दो वो नेटवर्किंग पर्सन कर देगा हाँ हाँ right next month 15 to 20 मजा ही March 15 to 20
उधर तो यूजर होंगे ऐसा